breaking news too, because it's been an historic day for Catalonia. The region's parliament has voted in favour of declaring independence from Spain. The results of a secret ballot were released at around 3:30 local time. A total of 70 lawmakers voted in favour of Catalan independence, 10 voted against and 2 abstained. Well, both pro-independence lawmakers and crowds of people too outside the parliament didn't hesitate to show their elation.
Estem la voluntat de construcció d'un projecte nacionals a reconèixer la República Catalana com a estat independent. Han estat
OK, we can go live now to Barcelona and join Charlotte Dubinsky, who's covering events for us there. Charlotte, it's been a couple of hours, hasn't it, since these mammoth developments. Just run through how this vote unfolded.
Well, from very early this morning, people started gathering here in the square around the Catalan Parliament, waiting for those parliamentarians to arrive to decide whether they would vote on independence today. Once that motion was set to say that they would have a vote on independence, actually a number of the members of the Parliament actually left the chamber and decided they would not take part in that vote. They are parties that are generally in favour of unity with Spain. Now, out of those votes, that vote took place in secret. It was a secret ballot, so we don't know exactly who voted which way. 135 members of that parliament, but only 82 of them voted. 70 voted yes, 10 voted no, and there were 2 abstention votes. Now, many people out in the streets then were waiting for the reaction to what would happen, what the result was with that vote. And I tell you what, here on the streets in Barcelona, I've been amongst people who are pro-independentists, and it's been pretty an incredible day.
It's very exciting, this moment, and it's a historical moment for us.
After years and years and years and years dreaming about living in Spain, which is not a democracy, we are finally in Catalonia as a new member of the international community, as a republic.
A good feeling to show that the peaceful people can win to the violent state.
All our life, all our parents, grandparents, they are waiting for this day.
Charlotte, we were just listening there to some vox pops I think you did earlier, just getting some reaction on the streets of Barcelona. A lot of people very happy with today's news, but of course there are people there that aren't too.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been an incredibly divisive issue since it was announced that Catalonia would be holding a referendum on October 1st. Many people here in Barcelona do not want to secede from Spain, and they will be incredibly unhappy with this declaration by the Catalan Parliament today. But the reality is, where we were here on Parliament Square, there was a crowd of around 12,000 people. Those are the figures from the National Guard, and those people were riotous with joy when they heard that that vote was going ahead. However, there is a long path to go before we find out whether it's clear if this really is a Republic of Catalan, whether they really have been able to secede from Spain, because this is actually quite a delicate, not just diplomatic matter, but a delicate legal matter too.
Certainly is. OK, Charlotte, thanks for that. That was Charlotte Dubinsky in Barcelona for us. Well, throughout their push for independence, Catalonia has repeatedly faced fierce opposition from Madrid. Here's a recap.
To those in charge in the Catalan government, who are the protagonist in this challenge to our coexistence, I ask them to cease in their illegal activities. They should abandon their objectives. We are now applying Article 155 because no government at all in a democratic country can accept that the law be ignored, violated or changed. And this has all happened under false criteria, and they impose their criteria on everybody else.
Well, we can get the thoughts now of Stelios Kalougou. He's an MEP from the Greek Syriza party, but also importantly did serve as an EU Parliament observer during the independence vote on October the 1st in Catalonia. Good evening to you, Stelios. Let's just get your thoughts first on what's been happening in Spain today. What is next for Catalonia, do you think?
Well, next in Catalonia, it's clear what will happen. I think the leaders of the Catalonian government will be prosecuted and probably arrested for rebellion. And so there will be a kind of escalation. And I think Madrid will take control of everything, including from the police to the radio and television of Catalonia, which is very bad. We will have an escalation.
An escalation, and do you feel as though it could be a violent escalation?
Absolutely. I think it could be avoided, but we have two irresponsible leaders. They are playing with the destiny of not only of Catalonia or Spain, but also of Europe. It will be a period of uncertainty starting now. I think especially Prime Minister Rajoy could have at least this week had at least three possibilities to avoid the escalation. When Puigdemont, the president of Catalonia, avoided to declare independence, they could be find together kind of solution by not declaring independence and not using this famous 155 article of the Constitution that could take everything back from Catalonia. So we are going back into some very dark periods of the Spanish history during the 30s, when the president at the time of Catalonia declared independence, and then he has been arrested and executed by the fascist regime of Franco. And you know, it's not very far away, because recently the spokesman of the Popular Party, the party that governs Spain in Madrid, said that the Puigdemont, the actual president, probably will end up as that means assassinated the president of Catalonia in the 30s. So it's a very bad situation. We're having an escalation. I think Rajoy tries to have politically advantages by being as strong as that. But you know, for the rest of the Spain and for Europe, it's not a good day.
No, and talking of Europe, do you think the EU can do anything to help this situation at the moment? I mean, it says it won't recognise Catalan independence, but so far it's been pretty much on the sidelines, hasn't it, on what's been going on in Spain?
There was a great interest in the European Union about what happened in Catalonia. There have been some secret calls and also some you know, push for a kind of negotiation, but always respecting the Spain as it is today. They want to avoid any kind of secession because they are afraid that after Catalonia it will be probably the north of Italy or Belgium or Corsica in France. So they want to avoid that, and that's why they are officially 100% supporting Rajoy. but also gave Rajoy the green card, the green light to do everything he wants. And now here we are.
With regard to Greece, I do remember that sort of Greece's bid to leave the EU all fell apart, essentially because the EU said, look, OK, we can restrict the amount of euros we're going to give you. I mean, it still has that option, doesn't it, with Catalonia? I mean, if it pulls out of Spain, could it then say, well, OK, be careful, we could restrict the amount of euros that come your way?
Well, you know, I mean, it was very clear from the early beginning of this escalation that the European Union would not accept Catalonia as a state in the European Union, even if Catalonia would be dependent. It will require negotiations for entering again the European Union that will take years to come. And Catalonia should have to wait together with Albania, Montenegro, Serbia, other countries of Europe. They are waiting to be accepted. So I think Piedmont, as far as he understood that, and as far as I understood, he has no international alliances, none, especially the European Union. He should have.
OK, look, I think we've just lost the line there slightly, Stelios, so we'll leave it there, but nice to talk to you tonight. We appreciate it. That was Stelios Golugu, an observer he was during the independence vote on October the 1st in Catalonia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Catalonia's referendum on independence on October the 1st, we mentioned there, was marked by violence from Spanish police who were ordered to prevent the vote from taking place.
And this is not the first 3 people that we saw today already that were hurt and were taken from here by ambulance. So this is happening from the early hours of the morning, and it seems to be escalating.
Well, just minutes after the Catalan Parliament voted today, the Spanish Senate took an unprecedented move too and approved an article to launch direct rule over Catalonia. For more on this now, we're joined by Ilya Petrenka. He's back in the studio. Ilya, so just run through then exactly what Madrid has done.
And the direct rule over Catalonia, it is. The Catalan Parliament voted for independence. They said yes, but immediately after that, the Senate in Madrid voted to enact Article 155, which is also known as the nuclear option. That was something that Prime Minister Rajoy wanted, and he warned about this a long time ago.
We're asking you, senators, to dismiss the President, Vice President and members of the Catalan government. Likewise, the regional parliament must be barred from electing new members.
Mariano Rajoy, the Prime Minister of Spain, has called on the citizens of the country to remain calm on Twitter. He called what was happening in Catalonia a criminal act and has promised to restore the rule of law in the country. But there is a certain level of vagueness in terms of the actual steps that the central government in Madrid can now take to implement that direct rule. What they're likely to do right now is depose the Catalan leadership, i.e. the president, Mr. Puigdemont, and his deputies, possibly even regional ministers. Madrid can also take control of the Catalan police, but that is likely to cause some serious trouble. And when it comes to the use of force, it is still a subject for debate for what actually can Madrid do, what it is allowed to do, what it is capable of doing. But as we remember, when it comes to the police brutality, something that we've seen during the referendum on the Catalan independence, and that was by the federal police units. Clearly, Madrid has the guts to take a heavy hand here.
Sure, OK, it's a question of waiting and seeing, isn't it? Thanks, Ilya. That was Ilya Petrenko.
Subscribe now.